Hey, this is Andrew from Meinl Cymbals. I'm here at Guitar Center today to take a closer look at the new Classics Custom Dark cymbal box set. You'll notice right away that these cymbals actually have a very unique appearance. That's because in the manufacturing process, Meinl Cymbals over at the factory in Germany are actually using a proprietary chemical application process to give the cymbal not only a darker appearance, but it also does something to add some complexity to the overtones of the cymbals, which darken the sound a little bit. It gives it slightly trashier kind of a sound with a lot of emphasis on mid-range frequencies. So they tend to complement the Classics custom cymbals. Both are made out of B10 bronze alloy, but you'll notice if you take a closer look at any of the Classics custom dark cymbals that there are some heavy hammering marks that are driven by an automated computer process. After we go through the chemical treatment process, we actually go back to the cymbals and hit them with a wide blade lathe to reveal some of the brilliant B10 bronze that's underneath. These cymbals aren't powder coated or painted in any way, so that finish is part of the cymbal. Another fun thing that I'd like to show you that is included as a free bonus in this set is the Meinl Cing Ring, which is great for use on essentially any cymbal in your kit. While it's really fun to throw onto the 16-inch Trash Crash, which is also free in this set to give it a really raspy, really aggressive kind of a sound, the Cing Ring can actually be used for keeping time with backbeats on the hi-hat. And it's really fun just to give you a little bit of your own personality or a little bit of your own voicing depending on the cymbal that you want to accentuate a little bit. So we'll show you some of that a little bit later on. So we have to my left 14-inch Classics Custom Dark Hats. To my right we have an 18-inch Classics Custom Dark Crash, and beneath that is the 20-inch Classics Custom Dark Ride. As an added value, you get in this set a free 16-inch Classics Custom Trash Crash and the Meinl Cing Ring. So the Classics Custom Dark series is geared towards anyone that really needs to cut through a loud or a dense musical mix. So pretty much any modern genre that includes rock or metal, hardcore, fusion, and even gospel music, these tend to have a little bit more complexity than a traditionally finished cymbal or a brilliant cymbal. And so they have a wide range of frequencies that they cover, and they cut very cleanly. They can also be used in recording situations because that treatment process actually does help to dampen the cymbals a little bit, dry them up, darken them up ever so slightly. They do sound really nice in a controlled environment. So these cymbals are particularly popular amongst players that need to cut through a heavy mix. Anyone that wants to play, let's say, rock, gospel, fusion, metal, or even hardcore music would really appreciate the complexity of the cymbals and their ability to keep up with high volumes from half stacks and that kind of a thing. So let's take a closer look at the hi-hats that are included with this set. Again, they're 14-inch Classic Custom Dark hi-hats. I'm going to play them both with and without the Cing Ring because it really makes a huge difference in the way that they're going to sound. So the cymbals by themselves give you a nice heavy chick sound. Then with some sticking. Now, I'm going to take the Cing Ring, which is included with this set, and let's see how that sounds. So directly next to the hi-hats, I have here the 16-inch Classics Custom Brilliant Trash Crash, which is included as a free item in this set. Again, it's a lot of fun to throw the Cing Ring on there just to accentuate the trashiness of it a little bit more, but let's hear it both with and without the Cing Ring. Now, just going to throw the Cing Ring on there. you'll notice that the cymbal has a bunch of holes cut out of it, and you might be wondering what those are doing there. Over the last few years, there's been an explosion in the popularity of cymbals that do have holes cut out of them. The reason that they've become so popular is that cymbal makers have understood that by removing some of the metal material from the cymbal, you're actually shortening the sustain of it quite a bit, kind of putting it somewhere between a combination of a crash cymbal and a traditional, let's say, China cymbal, or maybe even a gong. So as drummers have advanced forward and reached out into lots of different new sonic territory, holes in cymbals is definitely a trend that Meinl has been a part of for some time. This one is a particularly popular cymbal because it's so raspy and so aggressive. It really stands apart from a more traditional kind of a crash cymbal. And even in this set, the fact that it's a brilliant finish as opposed to the Classics Custom dark finish, you're actually going to get even more of a pronounced contrast when you're going to hit this for either a quick accent or maybe something to keep quarter note time with. And as I mentioned, the Cing Ring that's included in the set, personally, my favorite is to throw it right here on the trash crash to give it a little bit of an extra sizzle, an extra bite, and really put some emphasis on the contrast of this cymbal, setting it apart from the rest of the set. To my right, we have the 18-inch Classics Custom Dark Crash. And to my right, we're going to take a closer look at the 20-inch Classics Custom Dark Ride. While it's a 20-inch dark ride, you could argue that you might be able to bash away at it and get it to open up for you a little bit. So again, with the particularly heavy players that are going to be using it for metal or for fusion or for hardcore, punk, anything like that, you can also get, just from the edge of the cymbal, you can get a little bit more of a roar out of it. So you'll notice that the bell is very, very clearly defined, which is something that a lot of heavier and more modern styles call for. You're also going to notice that even though it does have a little bit of a shimmer to it, it's not going to be nearly as bright as its brilliant Classics Custom 20-inch ride cousin. So again, the dark cymbals really add a little bit of a complexity and a little bit of a subtlety to the cymbals, where you still need a lot of volume, you still need a lot of cut, but something that's not necessarily going to give you a very, very warm, glassy kind of a finish. Beyond the darker finish, you'll also notice the heavy hammering pattern that's in there, and what those dimples are going to do in the cymbal is actually break up the surface area. So by doing that, what Meinl is able to do is produce a sound that has a little bit more of a complex set of overtones. Again, a little bit of a contrast from the traditional brilliant finish Classics Custom series. So now, to give you some added context about how these cymbals sound and play with a set of drums, I'm going to go ahead and demo them for you right now. Classics Custom series is very, very popular amongst drummers that play a heavier style of music, but they're very well suited for the studio, as you just heard. They have a wide range of applications and a very, very versatile set of added value in the form of the free 16-inch Classics Custom Trash Crash and the free Meinl Cing Ring, which really allows a drummer to make their mark on their rhythmic patterns. For more information about the Meinl Classics Custom Dark Cymbal Box Set, visit your local Guitar Center drum shop or visit online at guitarcenter.com.